Hey, how's everybody doing? I know you wonder why sometimes, I cook without shirts on. Well, when you work in the kitchen, it's freaking hot. So I got used to cooking without shirt. And I'm home. This is for me and my children, my grandchildren. So therefore, I do what I like. So I had a filet mignon. I didn't know what to do. I was bored. So I'm going to show you a little something. You butterfly the filet mignon. Get it all open. Put a little bit of Himalayan sea salt. Put some fresh ground pepper. And I like it when it comes out a little bit more coarse. I don't like it when it's too fine like this one right now. Just you have to keep going over and over and over, but let's move on. So then what we do is this. We get some fresh roasted garlic. I roast the whole heads of garlic like I used to do at the restaurant. Break it up and put it all over. You put it all over the filet. Then what I got here is a little bit of fresh basil and rosemary that I got in my backyard and in my front yard. I got them all over the house. I have fresh figs, peaches, like my grandpa used to do. Then we have some fresh scallions and regular onions, because I love all this kind of stuff like this. It's all healthy for you. And by the way, besides all this, let me give you a little word of advice. If you could go get yourself a machine that alkaline water machine, do get it. It's very good for your health, and it has a lot of benefits. But anyway, let's move on. We put some fresh mozzarella in here. Okay. Now, because of this fresh mozzarella, we don't want it running all over the place. So what we do is, to stop that from happening, we add more cheese. Some Parmesan Reggiano cheese. There you go. Wow, this is going to be delicious. I can already taste it. Then we use some whole milk, fresh mozzarella. Well, it's all fresh. You know what I'm talking about. And if you don't, you shouldn't be watching this. So, we got everything done. All it took was about 10-15 minutes. Then what we do is, we roll it all up. We're going to do like we did with the porchetta that I made for Easter. We're going to roll it all up. Oopsie daisy. We should have went a little bit more. Live and learn by your mistakes. Hopefully. Or you die by your mistakes. It doesn't take much or difference. Okay, so now we got the whole filet mignon right here. So now what we're going to do is we're going to use a little bit of rope. Press it on the bottom. And then you go on and so forth. When it comes to roping, I know there's a lot of experts. To me, I don't need to be an expert in rope tying, unless you're tying people up. And I'm not planning on tying people up, so therefore it doesn't matter. There you go, see? It's working anyway. How you like them apples? Okay. Now, whoopsie daisy. Here we go. Now what I like to do is, because you gotta make it, the meat cooks better when it's warm. Room temperature, in other words, they call it. Because the meat is relaxed and it cooks a lot better. So you put a more salt on the outside. Then you get a metal tray, so you get a nice crust on the bottom. Use some nice extra virgin olive oil. And don't be afraid with the olive oil. Now mind you, when I just did what I did, the bottom of the pan's gonna be dirty. So what you need to do is you need to wipe it. Because when you put it in the oven, it might make smoke. So this is it. And I'll let you know when I cook it and show you what it's like. Have a great time. Have a great day. Love you. Okay. So now is our filet. As you can see, I also added some cauliflower. And people, do not take these skins off. These things taste delicious. So, we're gonna plate it, get ready to have dinner. Look at that. It falls apart just like butter. Like butter, I say. These are some of my favorites. Now what I did is I put a nice chunk of garlic on top. What happened to my knife? Here's my knife. Wow. I'll show it to you now. Hang on. Now let's not forget we still have that rope in it. Well, that's basically it. Look at that. Beautiful medium rare. Look at that.
Perfect.
And this is the garlic, which we put right up here. So, I'm gonna go sit down and enjoy this with my wife. I'm gonna get a little bit of this broth. And that's the best part. You don't need to throw in the fat, just put in the broth. The olive oil. And this is another ending of another beautiful episode from Mr. Bologna. I say to you, be kind to one another and stop all this bullshit. Just enjoy life. God bless.